Hey guys, we're back in the CO studios today for our first episode of CO Hear the Story. And today I'm here with Jake Betz and Andrew Barney, who is the South Fayette Campus Life Director.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
My first guest. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
So exciting.
Feels good.
Feels
We're
great.
honored. We're
Yeah.
honored to be
Feels.
here.
Do you guys feel
I
blessed?
feel blessed.
Blessed. We're all blessed here. All right, Andrew. Why don't you take it away?
I will be happy to do that. All right, Jake. Gabby said it. This is CL. Hear the story. So we want to hear the Jake Betz story.
Yeah.
So who is Jake Betz?
So Jake Betz is, to me, a hardworking athlete at the high school of South Fayette. Go Lions. So at South Fayette, I play baseball. Like I just mentioned, I'm a senior there right now, and I plan on attending Messiah University in the fall of 2023. Go Falcons. I'll be playing baseball there as a pitcher, and that's my future plan. So a little bit about me. I am attending Campus Life currently. I am a student leader there, and I started attending freshman year when my brother brought me, and ever since I just loved it so much that I kept coming back. And I love meeting new people. I love committing my life to Jesus. I loved just everything about it, the aspect of it. I love meeting people like you. So just the community itself just formed the person I am today.
Jake had to say he was a hardworking athlete since I'm one of his coaches. So just want to get that out there.
That's the only reason why
That's
he's
the only reason.
hardworking.
Maybe the best coach I've ever had.
I'm supposed to be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Oh, JR's going to have something to say about that one.
It's true. Awkward. All right. Random question. Is South Fayette baseball going to win the Whitfield Championship this year? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer.
Yes.
Give me... All right, good. I like the confidence. I agree. Give me top 3 bucket list items. Before you die, what are 3 things you want to do?
Okay, so right off the bat, there is a church in South Carolina that,
YMCA Camp Greenville.
yeah, it looks over a huge mountain scene, and
So
Gabby's
pretty.
obviously seen it, judging by her reaction.
So pretty.
Usually they do the service when the sun rises, and there's a huge cross, but there's nothing behind, like, the pastor where he speaks, and it's just all mountain. It's just beautiful, and that's one of the things I want to do. Probably second thing is go to my dream vacation, which is Bora Bora. I have no idea why it is my dream vacation.
Sounds fun.
Tropical.
I once looked
clear
up,
water.
yeah, for English. For an English project back in like 5th grade, I had to look up like most beautiful beaches, and that was the first one to pop up. So from that day on, I was like, it's got to be Bora Bora.
Bora's pretty. I mean,
Probably third bucket list item is, gosh, there's a lot. Win a state title, win a Whitfield title with my high school team.
I didn't make him say that.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So listen, I know your family. They're awesome. But why don't you tell the people a little bit about your family?
Yeah, so I grew up in South Fayette here with my family. I have a mother and a father. Their names are Diana and Ron, and I have a brother, Zach, who is very special to me. He has a thing called Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. He's very high functioning, great kid. Both of them know.
love him to
Yeah,
death.
He's the best.
Honestly, the best kid ever.
yeah, very good, very smart kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's attending IUP not IUP, CalU next year. So that's going to be fun for him. I'm excited to see what he does. Dad grew up as a baseball player. He grew up in Peters Township. My mom grew up in Chartiers Valley. My dad ended up becoming a teacher at Chartiers Valley. That's where he met my mom when she was a lunch lady.
Oh,
And
that's a
he
cute
was
little
teaching, she
love
was a lunch
story.
lady, and my mom's mom set them up together on a blind date, and the story's on
History from there.
It is history.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
A lot
That's
of, yeah,
interesting.
it's a very interesting story.
I have
That's
some questions for them
cute.
later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have them on the podcast.
They're next. Yeah, Ron and Diana.
Yeah. But we love to go on adventures. We love going out to different states and just going to baseball games. Like me and my dad travel up to Messiah all the time. My mom's very big into reading and music, And my brother actually just recently started playing the piano, and he's gotten very good at it. So
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Multi-talented
very
Betz.
multi-talented. And we have 3 dogs, Biscuit, Pepper, and Daisy, who run our life, basically.
Yeah.
Dogs are the best.
Dogs are the best.
Cool. All right. Well, we talk about this all the time at Campus Life, but we know that life isn't always sunshine and rainbows and beautiful sunsets behind pastures in North Carolina. As
wish
much
it
as we
was.
want it to be. Yep, as much as we want it to be. So talk about some of those lower moments in your life or just struggles that you've dealt with.
Yeah. So like you said, not always sunshine and rainbows. As much as we wish it was, as much as God wants it to be, he needs to give us some struggles. And struggles come more common than success sometimes. And is that a good thing? No, not always. But sometimes those struggles can help you get to the point where you want to be. I think one of the main ones that I always think about is freshman year when I had self-confidence issues. Many names that were thrown at me because of the way I looked. Not facial-wise, like not that stuff. Body type. I was a very skinny kid. And just the names that were being thrown around really like brought me down. It was a big punch in the face. COVID came around, and that really uplifted everything because that shut down school. I was able to go home and like kind of like quarantine myself basically in my room from the world, which sounds a little weird, but it did help because I wasn't able to go see those kids that were saying that kind of stuff. I think the best thing that could have happened was Campus Life. He also didn't tell me to say that. Neither did Gabby, neither did JR. But I found Campus Life basically around that same time. And I think from that point, from struggling to having no friends at school to having some of the greatest friends I could ask for in life. So I think that was the main struggle that really like pushed me down. But then God sent you guys to like bring me back up. So that was great.
We love you, Jake Betz.
Yeah, love to hear it. Love to hear it. Talk about, you've already mentioned this a little bit, but talk a little bit more about how Campus Life has impacted you. You talked about it being a great place where you met a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And it's really helped turn things around from high school. Get into a little bit more of that specifically.
Yeah. So when I came to Campus Life, I was always thinking it's like just a group to hang out with, until my brother like finally encouraged me to. He's like, Jake, come on, you got to go. Like, you got to go to this group. You'll love it. Kids from school are going to be there. And I gave in. I was like, all right. And I went, and I had fun. I didn't really get anything out of it. And kept going until one day Andrew asked me to be a student leader. I was like, what does it mean to be a student leader? And we were talking about it, and I noticed a couple other kids were going to do it. I was like, I'll give it a shot. It takes dedication. You have to show up an hour and a half earlier than Campus Life. So that affected my baseball schedule, and like my life kind of changed for the better. It was kind of hard to deal with it at the time, but now I've gotten into the flow of it, and I couldn't ask for anything better. But Campus Life has helped so much to the fact where I've now fully committed my life to Jesus, and I think that's one of the most important things that I've ever done in life. Thanks to you and everyone that's part of Campus Life. Gosh, I remember the day. Heat wave.
Oh,
The time.
Yeah.
That is just the best. The
Really
best
is.
week of
Summer.
Say it.
summer.
Best week of summer.
Best week of the year.
Best week of the year. Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. I just remember I was sitting there. Now this was before I was actually a student leader. No. I've kind of done it twice. Everyone
Yeah.
commits sometimes.
Yeah.
I committed once in Heat Wave the first trip, but I didn't really know what it was to commit. I was like, you know what, I believe, and I kind of committed.
Yeah.
But this past Heat Wave trip in 2022 was when I fully committed. And this was after I've been a student leader. This is after I've done the Fallout trips and all that stuff. Going Fallout. It was all that stuff. And we were in the, convention center. And he asked everyone to rise again. I was like, I think it's the time. I'm sitting around South Fit kids who haven't really figured out who Jesus was. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, help them. Like, help me help you. Let me help you guys walk up there. Let me help you commit your life to Jesus. Let Jesus shine down on you guys through me, and let me help you. And in that moment, I felt like Jesus was talking through me and saying, like, you need to help these people. Like, help, just help, help, help. Like, that word help just kept running through my head until a word just shot through my head, like, you. I was like, what do you mean you, God? Like, what do you mean you help? I want to help these kids. What do you mean you? And I just felt the urge of just something, like, pushing me to go up there and just running through my head, like, should I go up there? Like, should I do it? Should I do it? And I don't think, to this day, I haven't regretted that decision to go up there with them, with kids who didn't even know Jesus. I knew Jesus a little more than them, which wasn't a bad thing. It's everyone figures out who Jesus is at later times. And I went up with them, and I'm like, I'm with a group that I met 2-3 years ago, even maybe just a week ago. Maybe they aren't even part of campus life. I was up there with Cannon Mac people, Peters Township people I didn't even know. And the feeling that I had committing my life to Jesus, again, fully this time, with people I didn't know, with people that wanted to do it also, was the best feeling ever. And campus life is just, it's more than that, but to me, that's what campus life revolved around, was that one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why, I say it all the time. I love our trips. I love, like you mentioned, Fallout, which is our trip in the fall. But I just love getting kids out of their routine, out of that day-to-day, because I think it opens you up to a little bit more of hearing from God and helps create those moments.
And campus life isn't just Jesus. Campus life is a hangout group, too. We have kids that come to South Fayette all the time who are football players, lacrosse players, and they don't know the name Jesus. They've heard it before, but they don't feel it in them. And the best part is it's a no judgment zone. You go there and you're welcomed. You go there, your family. The second you walk in his house or my house or anywhere who hosts your family, like you're in that circle right there. I remember as soon as one of the kids came to the campus life at my house one night, I can't remember who it was. I just remember the next day they were already in the group chat and they were talking. But they were telling us, they're like, I don't have many friends, like, if any friends. I was like, well, guess what? You have 20 now because you came to one meeting. And to me, it's such a connection between everyone. It's so much more than learning about Jesus. Is that entitled to the campus life name? 100%. It's the 3 circles. But it's also a connection to the people that you meet and to the people that you're gonna learn to meet.
Yeah. I love when people say that. It feels like family. And it truly does. Like, I've been a part of it, like, my whole life as well. And it just, everyone kind of is just welcoming you with open arms. And that's exactly what we want to do. So it's cool to hear that and hear that from not just you, but multiple people as well. It's really cool. But, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
we were born for relationship, and I say it all the time, and that's we're relational. So getting to hear your story has been awesome. We have one final question.
Okay.
We talk about this all the time at baseball. We know that the younger guys, the younger kids, they look up to you guys. You're their heroes. They value what you say. So that being said, what is some advice that you have for some of those younger kids, middle school age kids? As you said, your transition into high school was a difficult time.
Yeah.
So what would you say to some of those kids who are out there and they're struggling, middle school kids everywhere? What would you say to them?
So I have 2 words for you guys. 2 words. 2 words for advice that I have for you guys are do you. Be yourself. You can use any of those 2 words, do you or be yourself. That's one thing that I've always lived by is don't listen to what other people have to say. If it's good advice, it's good advice. If it doesn't help, don't listen to it. Do what you think is right, and if it doesn't end up being right, so what? You tried. Do what you want to do, and don't let anyone else say that you can't do it. Do you, and do you better than you want to be.
That's solid advice.
Yeah, it's cool. That's what we try to, and that's some of the stuff we talk about at Campus Life, right? We say that God has created you specifically to be you, and He has, a good, pleasing, and perfect plan for your life. And so I think that's spot on there. Very cool. Gabby, you have anything to add?
thanks for coming.
Yeah.
That was
was a
really fun.
blast.
Our first episode of the podcast. We had the best guest. Make sure you
Gonna
guys tune in for the next episodes that we have coming up. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you want. Leave something encouraging in the comments. Make someone happy. Make someone smile. Yeah. Always spread positivity. Love like Jesus. All right. See you guys next time.
Thanks.
See ya.